Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to reload 50 rounds of .357 Magnum on the Lee Classic Turret Press, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. Well, this video is the second video in the series of how easy it is to reload on the Lee Classic Turret Press. This was by viewer request and we turned it into a series. I'm going to do every single caliber I reload for on the Lee Classic Turret Press. Today is the .357 Magnum's turn. So let's go ahead and bring that camera in and let's get started. Alright, let's get started on here, and as always I will walk you guys through the first steps of this. Everything we're using today is Lee dies and Lee powder measurer and the Lee safety prime. First die we got here is going to be the sizing and depriming die. Then we're going to put our primer in, bring that down, push forward and seat our primer. Now I'm going to double check my powder charge to make sure that it is right. Now we're going to go to the expanding and powder through die. And the reason why you got to do this is after you size the case, you cannot fit a bullet down in there no matter what, so we got to expand it. So now we're going to expand this and it'll drop the powder charge when we do that. And I'm going to check it here real quick. And we are at what I want to be at. This is a full power load we're using. I'm not giving you my load data though, but we are using Hornady XTP bullets that are 158 grain. So now we are going to seat our bullet here. And then we're going to crimp our bullet with a factory crimp die. And there is our first round of .357 Magnum loaded up on the Lee Classic Turret Press. Now we're going to go through and just reload these. In this series what I'm doing is I'm trying not to talk as much during it because I want you guys to see and listen to the sounds of the press. To me, that's some of the joys about using a press, is listening to it. So after this round here I'm going to make up a few rounds, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to let you guys listen to this, and then after that, if I got anything to say, I'll say it. So let's go ahead and start with the quietness. Alright, just about some of the other stuff we are using today. The primers I am using today are Winchester small pistol primers that are Magnums. And then, like I said, we are using Hornady XTP bullets here. These are a great bullet. Love them in .357 Magnum. Love them in a bunch of different other ones. Ooh, that one was a little bit rough. And then we're using nickel cases, and it's mixed range brass that I got basically, but I got a bunch of nickel, so I decided to use some of that up for this video today. And then one thing I'm doing a little bit different is I'm using the Lee Auto Disc, but I got the adjustable charge bar in it, so I am going to check it at 10 rounds in. I'm going to double check my charge just because I don't use that much, and my experience at low charges, it's not very good. But this is a high charge, so it shouldn't be too bad, and it should be pretty consistent. But when I'm not sure of something, I like doing it in every 10 rounds because I'm putting it back in the ammo tray here, and I can keep track if there is an issue. I know which ones to go back to do. And right now we are on number 9. So far, everything is working nice and smoothly on it. When I do the powder charge, I always like to do a little delay just to make sure all that powder drops in there. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to size and prime this one, and then after I do that, I'm going to get the powder charge on it. So we're going to take that out here, turn my scale back on. Just want to make sure where I'm at on here. Go in and expand it, drop that powder. Alright, it looks like we are just a tick high on it. Not nothing that I'm really worried about, but I just want to double check it again to make sure. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and keep on moving here. Get another charge. I move that down just a tick more. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'd rather be a little bit under. If I'm like a tenth over, I'm not really that worried about it, but we weren't that far off, so we're going to keep on rolling here, get our charge. Just something I like to do. You learn on little safety things you pick up on when you're using something that you're not used to. I always like to take the time to double check it just to make sure. You know, it's always good to be cautious when you reload. I usually use a Lee auto drum, but something's wrong with my Lee auto drum, and I'm waiting to get extra money. When I do, they got a upgrade kit to it that updates it to the newer version of it. And I'm pretty sure the issue I'm having with it will be fixed by that. I just got to wait to get the money to get that. And once I do, I'll go back to that because I've had better luck with that. I've used the Lee auto disc in other videos and I've had good luck with it. The one thing I don't like is you can't get precise with it. You're stuck with whatever hole you got. Well, I do have this charge bar that's adjustable for it, but the whole reason why I bought it was to do lower charges for 380, and it is very inconsistent with low charges. But with higher charges like this, we have no issues with it. But I just like to double check it, and once we get to 20, I'll probably stop again and double check it just to make sure. That way I know where I'm at. But you guys can see here with the press, we have no issues. I've noticed with nickel cases though, with these dies, sometimes in the factory crimp die, sometimes they go in nice and easy like that, and then other times they're really rough. Never quite figured that out, don't know why. But sometimes the nickel cases are like that. Another thing I could tell you is with this priming system, definitely take your time and do not rush with this priming system, because if you do, you'll end up with primers on the floor, and that drives me nuts. That's the biggest con I have with this press, is the priming system. But as long as you take your time with it, make sure you got it all the way forward before you push down to make that primer come out, you should be fine. But besides that, I've loved this press. I've had this press for a few years now. This is actually the second press I ever bought. The Crazy Scotsman, he actually got me one of the little Lee C presses. And he got me that for a gift, and that's what got me started into reloading, which it's a good starter press. But everybody knows once you're on the single stage and you start doing a lot of rounds, it takes forever. Well, at the time, I didn't have the money to upgrade to a progressive. So the next natural step was to go to something like this. I call it a semi-progressive. But it works out great for that. And I really use this press as a backup to my Dillon 550C. So if something happens to that, I can get this out and reload. And plus sometimes I do test loads, or if I do ladder tests, anything like that, I do them on this press. So this press does get used, even though it's more of a backup press for me now. Back when I had my Lee Loadmaster, I worked on that Lee Loadmaster more than I reloaded on it. And because of that, this press still got a lot of use. Because it seems like I always had to fix stuff on the Lee Loadmaster. And because of that, I never will get rid of this one. Just for that reason, because this is a great backup press. It's a great first press. And if you got other presses, it's just a great press to have if you guys can afford it. I'm zeroing out this case here. Actually, I got to put a primer in it. Then I'll zero it out here. That way we got the right weight on it. And zero that out. Double check this charge again real quick. Alright, looks like we're about right where we want to be. So we will keep on with this. But I'm going to go back to quietness now. I talked for a little bit too long again. Let's listen to this press. Alright, this last round here is going to be 25. We're going to do this one. And then I'm going to change the camera angles up to give you guys a different view of it. And we'll do another powder charge on that one. But so far, 25 rounds. No issues at all with this. Running perfect like I expected it. So there's 25 rounds so far. Let's change the camera angle. Alright, now just to give you guys a different camera angle, we'll work from this angle here. I like mixing it up for you guys so you always don't have to watch the same thing. Move my chair over here a little bit. So one thing about the other camera angle, the camera is kind of in my way. So I got to reach around, not as comfortable, and now I can be comfortable. I'm going to zero this out and double check where we're at here. Okay, it looks like we are a little bit high again. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. To me, this charge bar does not seem very consistent at all. Not really impressed with it. Okay, that's about where I wanted to be. Like I said, I'm kind of up there, but I'm not to where I'm really worried about it. But I want to make sure I stay in the safe range with it. But if you ask me, that adjustable charge bar, I would not get it at all. I really don't recommend it at all. Alright, there we go. So now, if I can hold on to my bullets here, we'll get moving on with these. Alright, we'll go ahead and be quiet here since we changed the camera angle. So as you guys can see, that goes very nice and easily. Love this press because I never have any issues with it. Pair it up with a good powder dropper. It is very, very nice. Now you guys can see also, I am not flying on this thing. No reason to fly when you're reloading. Just go at a nice steady pace. You'll get in the groove. And you'll know when you get into the groove because you'll knock a bunch of these rounds out. And all of a sudden you'll be like, dang, that went pretty quick. Like I said, not as quick as a progressive, but you can still knock these rounds out pretty quickly on here. And that's why I love this press. So leave a comment down below, what's your favorite press to use? Do you like using a progressive? Do you like using a turret? Any kind of turret. It don't have to be a turret like this. It could be like the Redding turret or the Lyman. Any of those. Single stage, you guys like those? I gotta pick this up real quick here. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, it don't matter, single stage. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys like reloading on? I know some people, they like nothing but a single stage. They like the simplicity of it. They don't want to get involved with having to keep track of everything, which that's fine and dandy. Sometimes I like doing that also. And other times, you know, like with me, I make all the rounds in my shooting videos. So sometimes I need the progressive so I can knock some rounds out quicker than what this can do. But like I said, I like doing this, using this press for ladder tests and rounds that I never did before, like the 45 Cowboy Special. I use this press, and the reason why I did that was because I never done that round before, and I like the simplicity of this press and how it's basically one step at a time to keep track of everything. And there's times too, I don't do it that often, but there's times I'll pull this rod out of the center that indexes the turret. I'll pull that out and run it like a single stage if I need to. I will be picking up a RCBS rock chucker here soon, and that's going to be my main single stage press. I just want that for certain things. I think it would be better suited for that than this would be. But man, guys, I always say it, and I've said in this video, this press, can't go wrong with it at all. And now I see this is February 2nd, 2024 that I'm making this video. And I'm pretty sure I just saw advertisements for Lee having a new 6-hole turret press. That would be interesting. I don't know though, for a turret press, if it's set up like this, it could be a good and a bad thing in my opinion. Because like right now, I'm only using 4 dies. So why would I need the 2 extra ones? But then again, the 2 extra ones, what those could be for is you could add a powder check die. And that way you can check your powder and make sure it ain't getting crazy. Like with this one, I keep stopping and checking, which I'm going to do right now for the powder charge. If you add a powder die, some are called a powder cop and other ones are like the RCBS one. I think it's a lockout die. But with those, you could put one of those on there if you had 6 of them. And that would be cool to have that on there. But then you can also add a bullet feeder if you want. And used to be bullet feeders weren't that great unless you got an aftermarket one. But Lee does look like they came out with a newer bullet feeder. It looks like it does work pretty good. So that could be an option on there. I'm going to flip my bullets around so I can grab them better here. But that would be awesome for that. Just want to look and make sure I got a powder charge. I got talking and distracted there. For some reason, I have problems seeing down in there sometimes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dump it like we had some and we didn't. Just wanted to do that because I got a little sidetrack there. So now I know I got a powder charge in there. But yeah, that 6-hole, it could be good for that with a bullet feeder. Very, very interesting on the new concept. It looks like it's kind of based off of their 6-pack press. And looks almost to me they're doing like they did with the Lee Value turret press. They're using parts of other presses they have and then making another press with it, which is a good concept for them because it would save them money, because then you ain't got to machine a bunch of different parts and everything. So it looks like to me, the bottom half I never got a really good close look at, but to me it almost looks like the base of the Value turret press or the 6-pack Progressive, and then the top of it definitely looks like a 6-pack Progressive. But I'm not sure if they're using the Value turret press bottom on it or not. That's what it looks like. And the Value turret press actually shares the base part with another press. I'm not sure about it. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say like the Lee 1000 or something like that. I don't know all of Lee's Progressive presses, but it kind of looks like the base of the one of those. But it looks like it probably wouldn't be a bad deal. Of course, I'm not one to rush out and buy the newest, latest, greatest thing, because it seems like there's always issues with stuff. And I don't know. I got this turret press, so why do I need to run out and buy another one? But for new reloaders, that could be a thing. Always good that people are innovating, trying to come out with good stuff. And that's always nice for the reloading community to have a good variety. So we only got 3 rounds left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be quiet on the next 2 and then do a last final powder charge on the last one. Now this is an issue I always have getting down to the end. Sometimes these primers don't want to come out. Alright, we are on our last round here. We will throw this in. See, like right there, I didn't get my primer picked up. Always hate getting down to the end. Found sometimes if you flick it, you'll get it. And it's not coming out. So I'm actually going to pause this real quick and come back for this last round. Alright, I just got it in my finger here, so I'm going to put that into the cup here. Not mess around with the priming system. If you guys follow the channel, you know that's my biggest issue with any Lee press, is the priming systems suck on them. The last video we did like this, it worked on it, went through everything perfectly, all 50 rounds. And then in this video, you guys just saw here, the last few, it started sticking on me. And went and dropped the last one out. As I'm not a big fan of the Lee, even on the Lee Loadmaster, I pre-primed on that also. But enough complaining about their priming systems, because everything else is good on them. There is our last of our 50 rounds. So as you guys can see, besides the priming issue, which, like I said, it's hit and miss. The last video I had absolutely no issues. This video I did. I was using 2 different primers, different brands and everything, so maybe that has an effect on it. But like I said, as in reloading on the Lee Classic Turret Press, easy peasy. Usually never have an issue with the press or anything like that. only with the priming system. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video series of seeing how easy it is to reload different rounds here on the Lee Classic Turret Press. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axle Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.